guys, welcome to Carol's Universe Tarot Readings from the Heart. Thank you so much for joining me on your month ahead reading, August 2022. So, as you can see, I am back on screen. Usually, these days, as you know, I show my hands, and I only do it because I really love just showing the cards. I just love kind of talking through the cards and, showing you what the cards look like. I'm not a fan of just holding cards up. I literally like to show you what the actual spread looks like that I'm doing. But I thought, you know what, wouldn't it be nice just to kind of connect with the audience a little bit? Wouldn't it be nice just to kind of talk to the audience, kind of like, and just really sort of connect on a facial level with the audience? So yeah, that's why I'm back on now. I don't know how long it'll be for. Sometimes you'll see me and sometimes you'll see the cards. It just depends, whether it's a week that I really feel like coming on screen. If not, then, you'll see the cards and you'll see the actual spread. But I just thought it would be a really nice thing to do this week, just to kind of come back and kind of connect and say hello again. The other thing to say is, for those of you who have joined me on Patreon, I know there's only a small amount of you. I've paused Patreon for the time being. It was just getting a bit too much having to do that additionally with everything else that I'm trying to do at the moment. I'm doing a lot of stuff with the tarot at the moment, not just private clients, but I have other projects and things in the works. So I'm focusing on those things as well. And with the added responsibility of trying to record Patreon as well, I just thought, you know what? I think that's going to need to go for the time being. So for those of you who have joined me on Patreon, thank you very much. But I've paused it now indefinitely. This week, guys, also we're doing August 2022 for each of the signs. And what's going to happen is I'm going to be on screen first, talking to you guys and about what I'm seeing. And also, we're going to then pan the camera down onto the cards, and you'll actually see the spread. So you get the best of both worlds. I'll be on as well as showing you the actual spread. So I think that's everything said. It's really good to be back on YouTube. I know I haven't been around that much. I took a good while off, actually. I think it must have been 6 months. I just wasn't feeling doing it at that time, if I'm being completely honest with you guys. I just needed a complete and utter break away from it. But for those of you guys that are left and are still watching the videos, I know there aren't many of us, but thank you very much. I'm hoping that the videos benefit you guys in some way. If you'd like to order a reading with me, click on the link in the comment section below of your reading. And yeah, let's get on with it and let's see what's happening for the month of August. Hi, Leo. Welcome to Carol's Universe Tarot Readings from the Heart. Hope you're really well. So we're going to do your August, and happy birthday, guys. We're going to do your August 2022 month ahead reading. For the reading, I thought we would use I bought this ages ago. I've never used it. The Dancing in the Dark Tarot. Thought this would be a good one. I actually just dragged it out this morning, and I thought, I was about to, because I'm covering some of my notebooks at the moment with tarot cards. I love doing the card covering I used to do at school. Booklet covering, sorry. But I thought, you know what? No. When I looked at the deck, I was like, okay, I didn't really like it before, and now I'm kind of like, I quite like this. So yeah, we're going to use this deck. I may have cut this down and corner edged it, but yeah. What we're going to do first, Leo, is we're going to lay one card at the top of the desk, and we're going to kind of just have a look at what the energy is you need to be focusing on. So what do you need to focus on for the month of August? The 10 cards underneath this particular spread will actually look at the energy around that card. So it's just going to kind of fill out what the crowning card is trying to tell us for the month. Okay. After that, we're going to hone the camera down onto the desk, and we're going to have a look at a bird's eye view of the actual reading. If you'd like to order a reading with me, guys, click on the link in the comment section below, and let's make a start on your reading. Okay, Leo, so we've got the cards down. Let's have a look at what it is you need to be focusing on for the month of August 2022, which is your birthday month. Sorry, let's have a look. So the Six of Cups. The Six of Cups can be your friendships, your family, like things from the past. For example, when you get the Six of Cups. The Six of Cups can be fantasy, it can be idealism, but it's also, for me, it's one of the best cards in the tarot when it comes to love, and it comes to, because this is kind of like, for me, it's one of the best, types of love that you can have. in life, when you get a Six of Cups card, it's kindness, it's generosity, it's understanding. It might be people that you haven't heard of in a while, but also it could be the people who are around you as well, and the people. And this is when you've got a friend who's a Six of Cups, this is generosity, this is genuine friendship. You'll always find with the Six of Cups that somebody just, they just want to do things that help you. There's the real kind of supportive nature when you get this card showing up, but often it's associated with childhood and the past. Maybe there's something to do with children that you need to be focusing on here, Leo, in the month of August, or it's your birthday anyway, but maybe it's something to do with your past as well with the Six of Cups energy. I always find that when you get a year older, there's always time to kind of reflect on kind of times gone by. So maybe this is a month of reflection for some of you guys because, it's your birthday month. We'll see what the other cards are underneath this. Right, so we do have the home, the family. I mean, obviously it's your birthday month, so some of you guys, you've got these social gatherings coming up with the Four of Wands energy, people coming together, celebrating, that type of thing. Okay, I do have a little bit of a disturbance here with this Four of Wands, and it feels to me like there could be, because a lot of you, it's your birthday, obviously, in August, and there may be a disruption here. I'm getting some sort of a disruption to a gathering, or it could be this is the marriage breakup as well, the marriage card, and then you've got the Tower. So for some of you guys, it could be focused around the breakup of a marriage, or it could be focused on a gathering. Perhaps it's your birthday event going on. Maybe there's a little bit of disruption here with this Tower energy showing here. You've got the relationship card, the Two of Cups. Okay, two people working together to develop their relationship, or a relationship that is developing towards the next stage. Uh, Possibly a relationship developing into the next stage. Perhaps it's developing into something longer term. The Ten of Coins would be your long-term relationship card. It's the card where you're literally getting married, or you're setting up home together, or things like that. So it feels like something about relationship working together to develop a longer term, more secure relationship going forward here, with the Ten of Cups, Two of Cups, and the Three of Coins. But we've got, okay, so I don't know whether this is, it, it feels to me like there is something in the home, or I don't think it's necessarily a gathering. I mean, it could be a gathering. It could be that maybe some of you guys are surprised by a proposal. It doesn't look bad though, um, because we've got the Two of Cups and Three of Coins and the Ten of Coins, and this is nice. You've got a relationship, and it's surrounded by stable cards like the Three of Coins working together to develop this relationship into the long term of that 10. But then you've got a relationship, or the Four of Wands is disrupted. Um, the Four of Wands is disrupted or facing some disruption here. People working together, coming together, your relationship working to develop. So there's a bit of disruption around this. Do you know what? I think that Tower is disrupting because it's the major arcana anyway. So it's the bigger energy of those. It's the bigger energy of those minor arcanas. What I'm seeing here is a lot of joy with that Four of Wands in August, probably because a lot, as I said, a lot of you guys have got your family celebrations and things like that happening. But I also feel at the end of the day, we still have a sense of. I think at the end of the day, also though, there is this disruptive energy happening. So something is kind of disrupting the energy of your month, because we've got this partnership, this relationship where you're working towards. But also, it's interesting because the Four of Wands is your gathering and your going out card. So actually, I'm going to read it in another way, and I'm going to say that even though I think I'm seeing good energy so far, I also feel, Leo, that there is a bit of disruptive. The Four of Wands is disrupting the energy of that Two of Cups, Three of Coins, and the Ten of Coins. So Four of Wands isn't about third parties or things like that. The Four of Wands is a celebratory card. So it's almost like Um, Something happens with that Four of Wands, but it's to do with having fun and partying and going out and things like that. But it's disrupting your relationship. For some of you guys, something to do with that Four of Wands is disrupting you and your partner's ability to start developing into something long term. Maybe one of you is burning the candle at both ends too much. Well, maybe one of you is going out too much and not focusing on the other. Because I think it's with that tower, it seems to be disrupting your relationship and your ability to kind of develop and grow this relationship long term. Let's have a look at the other cards. Yeah, see that the Nine of Swords shows up now. So the Nine of Swords shows a lot of worry and fear. There's a lot of anguish here. But the worries for some of you guys are being ignored, I think, with the Two of Swords. So this could be a worrying, you're going to have to make quite a worrying decision here. But I think that the Two of Swords tends to block things off. Or sometimes it can completely focus or hone in on something. But I think that it's being ignored. I think some of you guys are ignoring your worries with the Nine of Swords and the Two of Swords. You're ignoring so you're holding it in. You're probably not saying anything with the Two of Swords. You're probably just blanking it out. I'm seeing some worries being blanked out here. Seven of Wands, we're seeing challenges. Okay. It's almost like some of you guys, I think this is more fighting against your intuition. Yeah, I think you're fighting off your intuition that this, but also what I think is going on here, Leo, is some of you guys are, you're trying to ignore your fears here, I think, with this Two of Swords and that Nine of Swords, Two of Swords and the Nine of Swords, that perhaps you've got some competition. Perhaps this is a secret lover. I mean, sometimes this can be a secret admirer, but this is the secret lover here because I think that this Four of Wands is, and I've never seen the Four of Wands as a cheating card in the tarot. I've never thought of it like that at all, Leo. But looking at the cards, it looks like that. It looks like we could probably look at the Four of Wands as possibly being something around the idea of cheating, unfortunately, because it may actually be. That the part not even cheating, no, I'm not going to say the word cheating on the Four of Wands. What I am going to say is that some of you guys, I think, the partner is going out quite a bit with this Four of Wands. So I think the partner is probably going out quite a bit, and this is disrupting your relationship. I think it's either disrupting or it's causing arguments within the relationship. Especially as you guys are trying to develop this relationship into something longer term. Okay, so there you are with a partner, I think, trying to develop something into something longer term here, Leo. And I think what's happening here as well is I think it's disrupting and not causing arguments. I think it was causing arguments. You'd be saying what you truly felt, Leo. But I think that some of you guys aren't saying what you truly feel. I think that some of you guys are uh, trying to block out. You're trying to ignore your fears here, and you're fighting against your intuition that your partner is probably in love with someone else or interested in someone else, or you're ignoring your fears here, Leo. And I think what's happening here, those fears are that you've got some competition, Seven of Wands energy from a secret admirer, perhaps. Perhaps the secret admirer is a person, obviously. If you've got competition from a secret admirer, then the admirer must be the person who's showing your partner some attention. So I think for the month of August, where does the focus lie? So the focus lies on the Six of Cups. Perhaps this is either the focus has to lie on something that happened to you in the past. Have you been with partners? This doesn't look to me if you're developing something long term, Leo, it may be that it's disrupting that energy because maybe you haven't been with this person that long, or maybe because you're trying to develop this relationship to go the whole way, long term energy. That time you're trying to work on the relationship. Perhaps this is the idea of marriage and things like that. It feels to me, and it's interesting. I'm just looking at this version of the Six of Cups. I mean, look at them. He's handing her a flower on there. So this might be either. I've read Six of Cups as being many things, and one of the things that the Six of Cups always reminds me of is the kind of fantasy and the illusion of something. So perhaps there's a need to focus on whether this relationship is real, whether this relationship is, are you being naive about anything here? Perhaps there's something to focus on. Some of you guys, it will be something to do with your past. Do you need to focus on anything from the past? Is the past coming back to haunt you? Have you been hurt in the past? Are you bringing this into a relationship because your partner is off out quite a bit, and you're sort of thinking, because the Nine of Swords is often a worry, but sometimes there's no foundation for the worry. Some of you guys do have a lot of fears, though, I think, and you're trying to ignore them. Two of Swords can also mean to ignore. You're trying to ignore those fears. Some of you guys are fighting against your intuition, though, that your partner is off out looking at other people, admiring other people here. So you need to be focusing on the Six of Cups. Either this is something connecting in with your own childhood. Perhaps the partner is doing nothing, but because you've been hurt in the past, which is what this card is, perhaps there's a need to focus on maybe the issue isn't to do with your partner and maybe it's to do with you and what you've experienced from the past, Leo. And then for some of you guys, it may simply be that with the Six of Cups energy, there's a need to focus on whether this relationship is genuine. Does your partner have your best interests at heart? Do they really love you? Is their love genuine? Is it authentic? Because this is a card of genuine love and authentic love. It's a friendship card. What we're going to do then, guys, we're going to put the camera down onto the cards and we're going to just take a look at the spread.
Oh, hi, Leo. So we have the spread down, as you can see. And yeah, we just wanted to quickly reiterate what this was. It's the Six of Cups. Six of Cups is usually harmony. And it may be that you need to focus on trying to bring some harmony back into your relationship again with the Six of Cups. Maybe you need to focus on trusting within the relationship with the Six of Cups. Maybe you need to focus on something that took place in the past with the Six of Cups. Because it feels to me, when I looked at this spread at first, I thought, okay, we've got this highly disruptive and this kind of highly charged card here. And I immediately, well, not immediately as I was reading it, but I kind of thought to myself, why is it that we have such good cards around a disruptive one? And this is what happens within the tarot. Things can really change, just pertaining to whatever sits around the cards. Like the Four of Wands is gatherings. It's usually, a joyful, happy, funny card, people coming together, enjoying drinks, and, it's just a really lovely celebratory card. But we have it with this Tower, and then we've got these following cards that are good. So this couple card, the Two of Cups, is usually... This is a couple here who are with this Three of Coins trying to build and develop their relationship. And the Ten of Coins would be your long-term card for a relationship. So this is like people who have been together for years and years and years. So Three of Coins is people who are working towards developing something here. And with the Three of Coins, often with the Three of Coins and the Two of Cups, you get a relationship here where two people here are kind of trying to build their relationship, develop their relationship. And often the Three of Coins will show up when people are moving home together. They're moving in for the first time together, because they're starting to want to build into something long-term. So, but there's disruption of the Tower. So for me, I thought, okay, one of these partners is probably, and it looks to me, Leo, because it's your reading, it's either you or it's the partner. It's one of you, I think, who is going out quite a bit here with this Four of Wands. And I think it's disrupting the this relationship, and the fact that some of you guys are wanting to try and develop this relationship into something more long-term, something more secure and settled. But because of either you or the partner's penchant for going out and having a good time, this is really kind of having some form of a effect on this. And I think for some of you Leos, there's a lot of worry here. The worries are, it's either one of you, it's either you or the partner, but one of you is kind of trying to ignore your fears here, because this is the fear card of the Nine of Swords, and the Two of Swords can easily ignore. It tends to block things out. So it's either you or the partner is trying to just block out the fears here. Okay, now those fears are probably either that your partner is... If you're blocking out fears, it's either because you are fighting off your intuition Now, the Knight of Cups is an interesting card because the Knight of Cups can also show a philanderer. The Knight of Cups can be a very fickle lover in love. He'll love for a while, but then he can go off the boil and get interested in other people. So it could also be that perhaps you're trying to block your fears out and you're ignoring your intuition, that perhaps you've got a very fickle lover here with the Knight of Cups, who, even though you're together and you're wanting and you're thinking, yeah, we're going to develop this relationship into something long term, there's disruption here because whoever that Knight of Cups is for you is out having a good time, checking out other people, and there's a lot of fear for that. Some of you guys, you've got a lot of fear here, but you're trying to ignore those fears here. That perhaps you've got competition from a secret lover or a secret admirer, because the Seven of Wands is your competitive card. Your High Priestess is your secret, and your Knight of Cups is your admirer or your lover. So some of you guys are literally like, shit, I'm going to ignore my fears though. If it's not you, then it's the partner. It's one of you that is trying to ignore your fears because your fears are based on, perhaps my lover has, perhaps I've got competition from a secret admirer. Okay? And I think that the universe is saying here, in light of all of that we've just spoken about, the universe is saying, you need to focus on the Six of Cups, because for some of you guys, Leo, I'm not saying for all of you, but for some of you, this could literally be, a storm in a teacup. It could literally be that your partner is just out having a good time with his or her friends, and there's nothing going on here. Because remember, we've got the Knight of Swords. The Nine of Swords. The Nine of Swords often shows, unfounded fears. They've got no basis. They're all in the head. But you're trying to ignore those fears because some of you guys think that maybe you've got competition. Then if you're ignoring your intuition, that's another thing. Now, if you're ignoring your intuition I think is often right. So if your intuition is telling you something, guys, and you're ignoring it, you're ignoring your fears, and you're fighting against your intuition here, and your intuition is telling you that this is nothing more than a philanderer, then the reading takes on a different vibe altogether. Then the reading says, okay, there is something to worry about here, because it is Leo's intuition that is telling them that the partner is messing about, but they're ignoring it. You're fighting against the intuition, which is why you're ignoring your fears, and those fears then become very, very real. However, if the reading is that you're ignoring fears, that perhaps the partner, perhaps you have a competition from a secret lover here, is it? The Six of Cups is what needs to be focused on here. There's two things with the Six of Cups. I can't remember what my twin sister told me once about managing people's expectations. Sometimes we expect people to be perfect, or we expect people to be a certain way. And sometimes we have to manage those expectations because people don't always come up to what we think that they are. It might be for some of you guys, you've got this amazing partner, you've been, you're together in this relationship, and you're working on developing and building something for the future, for the long term here, with a view to marriage and everything. And perhaps because the partner's been going out a little bit with the Four of Wands, you're kind of like, this is disrupting all of these plans that we've been making for the future, that type of thing. And you're kind of like, I'm scared. I'm trying to ignore my fears. I'm trying to block them out. Maybe I've got this competition from this secret lover, this secret admirer towards. But is it true? Do you have the fact? Do you have that? So I think in the case of kind of unfounded fears and maybe just expecting the partner to be a perfection type thing, when in fact it's just another individual who wants to go out with their friends sometimes and be an individual and enjoy life, and you've got no reason really to worry because this person can be trusted, and it's all of your fears that are coming into play here, Leo. Perhaps with the Six of Cups you need to be focusing on what are your expectations, because Six of Cups can be about the fantasy. It's about childhood. It's about naivety. So perhaps there is a need to focus on, well, what are my expectations with the Six of Cups? Maybe I'm expecting my partner to be 100% there with me all the time. Maybe I'm expecting my partner not to have a social life and just to focus on me. But that's not possible because people need their space in relationships. So perhaps it's a month for focusing on managing your, thinking about, well, what are my expectations? And perhaps I need to manage those expectations because people don't always come up to our expectations. They don't always fulfill those things. And especially with the Six of Cups being the card of childhood and naivety, there is a need to look at this relationship. Are you looking at things through the eyes of a child, for example? Or are you looking at things through the eyes of a grown-up? You know, is this something connected in with your past? Have you been hurt in the past, for example? Have you been hurt so much that you just feel that any time a partner goes off and enjoys themselves, they're abandoning you, or they're focusing on someone else, that type of thing? I feel with also for you, whichever scenario is you pertain to, I also feel, Leo, it's really important this month for August to focus on trying to bring back a little bit more harmony. And also perhaps for some of you guys, if your fears are unfounded, maybe you need to bring back a little bit more trust with the Six of Cups energy. Okay, perhaps there is a need to focus on, because this is a trusting card. So we need to focus on harmony here. You can see I love this version of the Six of Cups. There's a man handing a woman a rose here. I don't know whether it's got a thorn in it, the way she's touching it. But there's a little bit of kind of the need to focus on, you know, bringing some harmony back into the relationship, perhaps. Perhaps there's a need to focus on doing some nice things with the partner if you can. You know, Six of Cups isn't about getting fat. The Six of Cups is about harmony, balance, and being with the people that you love. Okay? Being with the people that you love. So as well, some of you guys may need to just focus on spending time with family and friends and not so much focusing on the partner perhaps here, if that's what you do. Okay? But there is a real need to focus on either... I'm not saying it's all your fault at all. I mean, some of you guys have really good grounds for whatever's going on here. But if this was true, and if the partner was messing about on you, and if your worries that you were ignoring here, you know, you were blocking this out because you were fighting against your intuition, you didn't want to see what was going on and that the partner was a philanderer. Perhaps with the Six of Cups, what needs to be focused on is why you are doing this. Because the Six of Cups is always about something that is based in the past. So if this is a case of some of you guys are ignoring your fears, ignoring Two of Swords, the fears of the Nine of Swords, because you're fighting against the Seven of Wands, your intuition, the Two of Cups, which is the the High Priestess, which is the partner is a philanderer, the Knight of Cups, and not really all about this kind of building the relationship for the future, then why are you allowing this to continue? And that's what the Six of Cups will ask you. Why are you allowing it to continue? Perhaps you need to focus on, is this something that you've always done with the Six of Cups? Is this a pattern of behaviour? Because if you're allowing something to continue, Leo, that shouldn't be continuing here, then perhaps with that Six of Cups energy, it's time now to start looking into why, if this is a pattern, maybe it's time to focus on why this pattern is continuing. Okay, so we're going to go to the Romance Angels deck, and we're going to, by Doreen Virtue, and we're going to shuffle and ask what the universe's spiritual message is for you this month. What is the spiritual message you have for Leo this month? What is the spiritual message that you have for Leo this month in one card, please? Worth waiting for. Divine timing is at work in your love life. So perhaps something is yet to come into being in love. Now, if this is the wrong person altogether and you're ignoring your intuition about it, well, the right one will come along. Divine timing is at play and you're just going to have to be patient. Perhaps if this is someone who isn't a philanderer but likes to just be out and amongst their friends, and this is all your own, you know, baggage that you're bringing into the now, then perhaps you need to kind of, you know, have some patience. Perhaps everything is going to come together in the right time. But you need to have some patience here, guys. All right, that's your reading. Love you loads. Take care. Bye-bye.